Well, hey, how you doing? How are you? What's going on? What's going on? My name is Mark Levitt, and I'm your host for today's episode of What I'm Thinking. It's episode number 18. The episode that asks the philosophical question, why is a grown man playing with hand puppets? The answer? Because I can. Anyway, today is going to be an exciting show. Action-packed. Now let's see what's new and interesting this week. Okay. Well, this week I read an article about how they changed the actor who played Jake from State Farm. Like, this was a big hoopla in the news. Apparently they changed it out from a white guy to a brother. They made the guy black, I guess for diversity reasons. I have no problem with that. Although it does create a lot of viewer confusion. You know, I needed a Caucasian Jake to follow the narrative thread. I am completely and utterly lost here. I cannot follow the theme of these State Farm commercials if the protagonist is of a different race. It's meaningless to me. Jake from State Farm was me, what represented me, and now my experience has been warped and is now totally alien. Of course, I could just not get so invested in the commercial, I suppose, but anyhow. Let's go on. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen next for the next commercial they decide to do this. I mean, are we looking at a Native American Flo from Progressive, or a white safe driver, save 40% guy? You know, that would cause viewer whiplash, and we don't want that, because viewer whiplash, ladies and gentlemen, is a very real, intangible problem in America, which I think should be looked at. Now, the other day I'm watching The Pawn Kings on the History Channel when there's virtually nothing else on. So I'm watching The Pawn Kings with Rick Harrison, and, whenever on that show they get some guy who brings an old Civil War gun on the show, Rick wants, of course, to fire it off, to test it out, to see if it works. So they drive up to the desert to test out the gun. Inevitably, Rick chooses Chumley to fire this ancient gun. And not to impugn Rick's skills of delegation, but, I mean, isn't Chumley the resident Gilligan for the show? Isn't he like a dim-witted fool? I mean, they're having this guy fire off this ancient gun. He's a dim-witted melonhead. And they're having him, in charge of this old ancient cannon, basically. It's not wise. In other news, actor Chris Evans accidentally posted a naked picture of himself on Instagram. Hey, we all do it. So he posted a naked picture of himself on Instagram. And of course, Mark Ruffalo rushes to this guy's aid. Of course, Mark Ruffalo is Johnny on the spot. I don't know why Mark Ruffalo has all this spare time on his hands, and why he felt the need to step in at this point in his career. But he did. He did. He was very sensitive. Now, I'm thinking to myself, what the hell kind of conversation did he have with Chris Evans after this incident took place? What did he take him aside and go, hey, man, how you holding up? How's your penis? Maybe Mark Ruffalo should head up a support group for men who accidentally post naked pictures of themselves on Instagram. It's a new and exciting career for the man, I think. Let's see what else is going on. So this week we also learned that Naomi Watts endured actual bird shit on her head through the filming of the film Penguin Bloom. I guess she was lucky she wasn't starring in a film called Rhino Bloom. Then all pandemonium would have ensued. Now, though, if she wins an award for this film, she's going to want all of her co-stars to go ahead and take a shit on her. This week I also read an article that said that the black bird watcher, remember that story, the black bird watcher was accosted by that white racist woman, that Karen-style woman who was just on the phone with the police saying there's a black man approaching me, he's accosting me and all this stuff. Anyway, he has now written a graphic novel. This guy has parlayed that incident into a career for himself. Meanwhile, the white woman who made the phone call, yeah, she freaked out. She was a little paranoid. She got out of line, but her career has gone down the tube. She was fired from her job. She worked on Wall Street or something. So this guy, though, I mean, before this incident, the bird watcher, his biggest claim to fame was he knew what a red-breasted meadowlark was. Now this guy is a published writer. He's a novelist, a bona fide novelist. He's a champion parlayer, ladies and gentlemen. This guy should be in a Guinness book. He parlayed basically a nuisance incident into this career for him. So he says cottage industry based around this glorified overreaction. It's insane. It's mind-boggling to me as I sit here today telling you about it as the siren goes off in the background. Now, before I go on, I'd like to introduce a new segment on my show. I like to call this segment Mark Levitt Reads and Ranks on Children's Books. It's new and exciting, and I'm very excited about this new prospect in my broadcast. So let's begin. Anyway, this winner here is called How I Do My Homework. It's by Jennifer Booth-Yard, and it's really a page-turner, ladies and gentlemen. So let's begin. I'll show you the pictures as we go along so you can follow the narrative thread. Anyway, so the first page goes, checking for homework. School is over. Do I have homework? I look in my backpack. See, he's actually looking in his backpack. Then I read my planner. I have 2 assignments to do, 2 of them. First, I find a quiet place, and then I take my own life. No, it doesn't say that. Next, I get everything I need to work. This kid's life is just exciting. It should be a book. I sharpen my pencil. Oh my God, man, this is deadly dull. Then I set out my math worksheet. Finally, I set out my spelling list. First, I do my, oh my God, this is turgid stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I can't continue. I can't continue. I'm sorry y'all had to witness that. But let's go on with the broadcast as best we can. Today I have a piece of regrettable news. I'd like to tell my viewers today that I'm going to be meeting with my hand puppet Murphys through actual mediation. Yes, he's decided to challenge me to the rights of my broadcast. He doesn't think I should have exclusive rights. He thinks that the show was in large part, his idea. So he wants me to actually submit to binding arbitration. So now we've scheduled it for, unfortunately, right now during the broadcast. Good day, Murphys. And a good day to you, Mark. Mark, I'd like you to introduce my mediator, the Honorable Pluto McDog. A pleasure, Mark. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, before we begin, I'd like you to sign this stipulation that says that this arbitration will be final and binding. Well, I don't want to sign anything that's going to be binding. I'm having a little backed up lately. You know, I'm trying to eat foods that will agree with me, and I don't want anything binding. You can understand that, can't you? Are you making a mockery of this? I'm not making a mockery. You know, I'm taking this extremely seriously, Pluto McDog. You just have to understand that this is very tense for me. A very tense situation indeed. You know, Murphys, where are you? Murphys? Murphys? I came here in good faith today, Mark. I don't know why you came here, Murphys, or why we're even involved in this. You're a hand puppet. Now, you've agreed to settle our dispute through this method of conflict resolution. Now, if you're going to be a baby about this, Murphys, you're the baby. I thought we could just sit here and talk like men. No third party, no attorneys. But no, you have to be a drama queen. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't want to take our personal laundry in this forum. So I'd like to end the broadcast now. You would, eh? Before anything is done? Murphys, please. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but that's been it. That's the behind the scenes that you're not privy to. The backstage drama that you're not privy to. I have been your host, Mark Levitt. I invite you to tune in again for another compelling, exciting episode of my webcast entitled What I'm Thinking. Till then, continue to stay safe.